checking the chat. I know we're all over the place with our timing again.
Yes, we are on 9:38 start.
Yeah, Eastern. Yeah, 6:38 start here in the Pacific time zone. Um, but officially in 1 week from today, I will be like literally 1 week around this time next Tuesday. I'll be gearing up to head for the airport to fly to HomeGymCon
Absolutely
2025.
crazy.
It's it's here. It is here.
It's here. 1 week and we'll be there. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, so we actually have a relatively special episode this morning. We actually have a number of new product releases that will be happening at Home Gym Con, and we're gonna run over those. So I think there's like 20 of them on the dock or more. So some are from larger companies, some are from smaller companies. There's a lot of smaller companies who are coming just to like unveil their products. So that this is their booth. There's also companies on the list um, that they don't want it to be on the website yet, or they don't want it to be talked about yet.
Okay.
Um, so companies, JD Gym Equip just released a product, or is going to release a product that isn't on the dock. Rep added like 5 products to the document, but they don't want it on the website quite yet. However, I think most of them are already on their website and like coming soon. So I don't think there's any huge surprises there.
Okay.
Another thing to keep in mind um, it takes like the company's involvement in filling out the form. So, I've been sending out this form for the last month or so, like, hey, fill this out if you want it, if you want to be added to the website, if you wanted to be voted on for new products. So it takes, it's only these are only the products that people have submitted. So like, I know Matthew Porter has some products that he's going to be bringing to the show. Those aren't on there because he hasn't submitted the form. And I think he's still up in the air as to what's he bringing. So we're still a week out, and a lot of companies still don't quite know if what they have is going to be there. So that's also something to consideration. But I think this is a nice little sneak peek.
Okay.
And
So you've got this form. You've been sending it to the manufacturers who are coming to Home Gym Con. The form is specifically for them to share with you behind the scenes, like what new products they're going to be releasing at Home Gym Con. It's specifically for new products. Am I tracking so far?
correct, and
Okay.
good question. And I also added the guidelines of it has to be released 90 days before or 90 days after. So it's in with this like 180-day window before. Am I doing the math right? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
180
yeah.
days before or after combined. And
Okay.
surely some might take advantage, and it might not hit that like 90-day after window. But it's more of like just some guidelines, because and I also added it has to be somewhat unique. Like there has to be some sort of unique characteristic about it, because last year we had a lot of companies just like submit like a new whatever, and it wasn't necessarily anything new. It was just something they had new, if that makes
Okay, and
sense.
so then by them completing this form and submitting it back to you, it puts them in the consideration for the best new product award. Is that what this is like really all
Correct.
coming from? Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
So yes, good clarifying questions. There's a few things. So number one, it gets added to the website. So it's a
Okay.
good way to let people know what's coming, what to expect. It gives the company exposure. We're getting 100, 200 hits to just that link each day. Or people who like are checking out what's the new products. So a lot of people have actually said, "Oh, I've never heard of this company," or blah blah blah. Like, so it's just like a general exposure thing. There will be an award, so we'll actually have a link that anybody there can vote on for the best new product. Um, and with that, there are some incentives. You know, you get an award,
Mm-hmm.
cool. You also get 100 square feet of booth,
Oh,
free
extra.
next year.
Oh,
So with
next year.
so
Okay.
with yeah, so with it, all of the awards, 100 square feet of free booth space in the following year is included.
Okay, so with all of that said, you've had manufacturers complete that form with new products, but then they give you this caveat like, "Hey, we're submitting the form, but don't put it on the website yet," type of thing. Is that's kind of going
Yeah,
back to
yeah,
what you were sharing originally?
exactly. So on the form,
Okay.
there is what's the product description. Can we add it to the website?
Okay.
Yes, no, but maybe before the event, and then no, we want to release it at the event.
And
So
so
there's
for
three
today's
different options.
recording, we're just blowing that all out of the water and we're sharing it with our exclusive peeps here anyway. Is that what's happening?
No, no.
Okay.
So
I tried,
only
guys. I tried.
only the ones uh, on the website are the
Okay.
ones that we're sharing, or the ones where they selected yes.
All
So
right.
I will share. You know, there is Iron Master, there is Rep, there is you know, you go to the website. There's like 5, 6 companies that said no, we're not ready to share.
Okay. Fair enough.
In addition, there's some that they do have until July or June 20th to
Uh-huh.
submit. So, you know,
All
there's no
right.
fringe sport. There's no, um, there's a lot of companies that just haven't gotten to it yet. That
Okay.
truly, a lot of these vendors, they put everything together in the last few weeks. So,
Yeah, we can talk about bulletproof fitness and the last minute challenges it seems like they're having.
yes.
Like, just pouring salt on the wound over there.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, I'm excited to see. I have not gone on the website to look at the new products. I don't even know if I knew that that was there for me to look at. I've definitely been creeping through the products for sale, but
Yeah, here, we do have those here as well in the doc if we have time.
okay.
Um, oops, I'm gonna just pop up the screen. And then yes, Joey. So is Rogue not going to fill out the form? Probably not. Um, there's a few companies that, you know, they're just not interested, and that's completely fine. Um,
Too
but
nice.
um, so anyways, we do have a code that will save you on Home Gym Con tickets. If you have not used them, you can use code LIVE. If you already have your tickets and you're like, I only got one day, I think I'm going to need a little bit more time. There are early access tickets available now. So go ahead and check those out. We also have some limited edition merch. So in the past, I have been a little bit too bold in my merch orders, and I usually end up having way too many and
Uh,
not trying to sell it, not making it easy enough to sell or promoting it quite enough. So have a limited amount this year that I think we can get through. That said, any of you the ticket purchasers already, um, you can buy that as well. I'm sending links through email to those that have already purchased tickets.
Yeah, I got my purchase link. I received my VIP t-shirt in the mail, which is the shirt that you're currently wearing right now. But then there's
Yes.
a different one that's currently for sale. I think you said there's like 120 available, and we can purchase them beforehand and pick them up at the event, right?
Correct. You can pick them
Okay.
up at the event. There's also some tanks. There's about 30 tanks left.
I did see the tank tops. Yeah, I'll probably pick up the white shirt too that's for sale because why not?
Why,
Yeah,
why not?
gotta have all the t-shirts.
Yep.
Well, cool.
Cool. All right, let's move on to some new products. Let's start off with a few from ATX. So the ATX Multi Gym Monster 2.0. This looks like a beast,
It
all in
does look pretty
one.
sweet. Yeah.
I actually haven't like gone through any of these descriptions, so might not be necessarily super smooth going through them. But basically, this looks like something that something that like Force USA has, for example, just
Yeah.
with some ATX touches. It has the tornado arms. Is that is that just the standard name for them?
I think unofficially it has become the standard name for them, but that's Tornado Arms is specific to GetRx, but I know what you mean because it's kind of like
There's
calling all sodas Coke or
yeah.
something
Well,
like that, you know?
I GetRx definitely wasn't the first company to do anything like that, but I think they were the
Right.
first one to like name them.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, you're
um,
right. You're right.
yeah, but this looks like a really versatile, slim, all-in-one, relatively slim for everything you get with those arms, or the integrated adjustable pulley system,
Yeah. And a
arms,
Smith
stacks,
machine in
Smith
there.
machine. You
Yeah.
can do the rack. It's not going to be 3x3, which is I think going to be, a lot of people in America's beef with it. But
Yeah. I saw this. I took probably a closer look at this one than you did. ATX had reached out to a handful of creators and let us know about what they were going to have at the event, and given us an opportunity to arrange for purchase or acquisition of said piece. And this one of the many that they showed on their list stood out to me as something that I would love to have in my space. I just don't have a means of getting it back from Louisville to Phoenix. Um, but you're right. So the thing that's interesting to me is that they're still rocking their unusual sizing, their unusual hole sizes. I think these are like technically 3/4 inch if you're converting to imperial, or maybe they call them 21 millimeters. I think it'll be interesting to see when they do formally launch in the states if they're going to release variants of these that are more in line with our current ecosystems that we have here stateside, or if they're just going to force feed us these unusual hole sizes and upright sizes. But functionally, this thing looks awesome.
yeah, this is something I would add to my gym in a
Yeah,
second. This
absolutely.
thing looks awesome. Um, see another from we have a lot, so we might not be able to talk about all
Oh,
of
okay.
these in
We'll
that.
move. We'll just move fast. We won't have
Um,
as many thoughts as we did on the last one. All
yeah,
right, this is cool.
ATX, and not all of them we'll want to discuss for super long. But the ATX standing chest press. So we've seen this around, but this
Hmm.
has some um, nice adjustabilities, um, close grip variation, neutral grip variation, classic press movements. I've tried the one from the one that was at the first Home Gym Con,
Dynabody, or what was that?
Dynabody,
Is that
which was and
Dynabody? Yeah.
that was great. I actually, I got the same email um, for creators, and this was one I was considering.
Yeah.
I opted to just let other creators take the stuff, but
Me too.
um, just just out of the kindness of my heart and not wanting to lug a bunch of stuff home.
Yeah. Yeah.
um, After a long weekend. But this looks cool.
Yeah.
This looks like a nice option. I haven't done a deep dive into the standing presses in that are available, but I mean, this looks great.
Yeah, I like the look of this. All of their stuff looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
What else we got? Let's see if we can move
All right. So
through these.
Temple of Gains has been
Oh,
hyping up
the
the
quad
quad
send.
send
Yeah.
for a while. This is you know, I think Yoni's going to showcase this one in a pretty good way. Really emphasize this in his booth. I don't know if you saw his story last night, but um,
Yes. Of all the
he has
machines going out.
12 machines going out,
Yeah.
which is insane for like such a small company.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I love how serious he's taking this, and it sounds like he is, you know, gonna have luck in getting rid of most of the equipment, which is great.
Yeah. It
Um,
seems like he's had an abundance of outreach about the machines that he's taking to the point where he just decided to post them for sale on the website, right, at the discount. Good for him. I think this
yeah,
is the only one he's not selling, right?
right, because it is still a
It's a
prototype,
prototype. Yeah.
um, and this should be soon launching on Kickstarter in July. Uh,
Right.
I'd say for anybody who is interested in this, go check out his Instagram. He has some good videos. I think a lot of the I don't know what the price is going to be for this, but a lot of the like leg presses within the like $2,500 range. A lot of the issues are like, can you get depth? So I think that was one of the things that he really wanted to get nailed down for this one, and based on the videos, it looks like it. So I do think this is a challenger for the overall winner of the award. It just depends on like, are people going to be more like how important, or how like strength machines are those going to be hot? That I think that's going to come down to that. Like how many people in general are interested in a machine like this?
I mean, I think machines are definitely kind of part of this new wave of interest in the home gym enthusiast space, right? Like those of us that are in it for the long haul, always trying to improve and make room for new things. But then not only that, even for people who are not like crazy enthusiasts like some of us are, I would put a leg press kind of at the top of the three machines that people want to add. Like if there's one machine they can add to their space, it's usually like leg curl, leg extension, and then leg press, hack squat. Like it's one of those first ones of machines that they would make room for. So I think that you're right. This has a very good chance to take the prize for best new product.
And I will note while we're going through this, one thing to say is all the voting needs to be done on Friday, because the awards is Friday evening. So
Okay.
it's the Friday votes. So for for anybody coming on Saturday, they'll know who the winner is. For anybody coming on Friday, you have the chance to vote. Uh,
Nice.
PRX has added a um, stack functional trainer to their
Hmm.
built limitless line. And I would guess that this works with any of the 5/8 inch racks out there. They also have a few more that they are um, bringing to the world. So I'll talk about the one on the bottom first. Most of us know about this collab with Dialed Motion, with the folding rack functional trainer collab. that'll be there. I think it'll be awesome to check out. Hopefully we can see based on their booth, like hopefully they have a booth set up to where you can fold it and actually see how it works. Cause I think that's just so important for folding racks. So that'll be cool. But then there's also this one that I don't think anyone's really seen, and I don't have any pictures of it, so I don't know exactly what it is, but PRX profile belt squat. So designed in collaboration with Vendetta Strength, this wall or rack mounted belt squat system features a fully articulating pivot arm and integrated locking storage. The unit provides multi-directional movement, enabling a broad range of belt squat and auxiliary pivot-based exercises. It can work with both holes, hole sizes, and secures to single stud. So that's
I need to see
interesting.
that. It sounds to me, based off the description, like a single jammer arm with all of the movability of like when you add like the Vedetta adapters and like the Kaizen adapters. It sounds to me like something like that, but mounted low for belt squat use
Yeah,
cases, and then other type of like maybe rowing type of exercise. That's what I'm envisioning, is like a
yeah,
fully kitted out lever arm, but set low to be used mostly for belt squat and other stuff.
right. So
Interesting.
when I did visit PRX, they had something in the works for this, but it was far away from being done. So I would be very curious to see how it evolved with the help of Britain, who is mad scientist genius with
Cool.
this stuff.
I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, I am too. All right, next up, a couple without pictures. Kratos Fly Fitness. So they're best known for their flywheel system. I have one right behind me, actually. I love it. Uh, so they are launching the AK Power Cord, which is an ultra compact battery powered sprint resistance trainer for any athlete that needs to improve sprint acceleration. Resistance between 4 and 40 pounds, and it is a breakthrough in resisted high velocity training.
All right.
So,
That sounds
um,
cool.
sounds cool. I'm not sure exactly what that means exactly, but sounds cool. I'm looking forward to trying that out.
Same.
Power bells. I did a post on this on Instagram maybe a week or two ago. So this is this is a brand new product, patent pending, I believe. They're launching it at Home Gym Con. It's more of a simple product for home gym owners. Combines dumbbells, kettlebells, and adjustable dumbbells all in one product. That is a bold statement.
It
Um,
is.
um, and it's more of like a loadable item. Um, but based on the video, it does look pretty cool. Looks like a versatile item that a lot of home gym owners could add. Did you
I
see
don't
that
think I
video?
saw it. No, I don't think I did. I'll
Yeah,
have to go back and take a look. You posted it on the Garage Gym Experiment page or the Home Gym Con?
I think both.
Both. All right, I'll go
But
back and find it.
it's the founder explaining the product and just you know to the camera, not a
Okay.
ton of like visuals. But yeah, it does look cool. Weighted Out's got a number of things coming. So they have some new thin standard size change plates. Um, let's see, this might be a little off, but so they have standard 1 inch holes for our handles and other brands of dumbbell handles. He also teased this one on Instagram, on Instagram, a J Cup thin multifunctional. maybe some work needs to be done with the names. But this is a new reversible J-cup design with multifunctional capabilities for pulley systems and attachments. And as the title says, you can also use it as a J-cup. Let's go with the Ortho barbell. So I actually tried this at the College Strength Sports Association conference. It was a prototype, but it was a cool kind of like resistance and rotation style barbell. I
Okay.
think they would hate that I compared it to the resistance and rotation bar because it offers different stimulus. But it's a unique multi-grip bar that rotates. Pretty cool, actually. I liked it.
All right. Sounds interesting.
So Brian's working with an orthopedic surgeon, I think out of Florida, to bring that to market. The 100-pound plates are very thin. He just teased those on Instagram.
I missed that.
Those look great. I am not
Great for leg press, maybe.
Yes, I'm not a huge fan of having 100-pound plates in my home gym.
No.
I have had them,
Me too.
but those look relatively easy to handle.
Well, because they have a handle. I'm looking at it right now. It looks
Because
like
they
a
have a handle.
45-pound plate.
It looks
in terms of, like, thickness.
great. Yes, for
Yeah.
anybody who it looks like the most efficient 100-pound plate I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had 100-pound plates as part of my original set of irons from York Barbell, and they just sat on the bottom of like a weight post on my rack. I never used them. They just stayed there. They weighed down my rack, I guess, for me. But that was one of my, if I ever make one of those like 5 mistakes I won't make again videos when I start a home gym, it would be not to buy 100-pound irons. But they do have use cases like machines and stuff sitting on a leg press, never being taken off. But his look cool.
Yeah, and
They
there's
have
also
a handle.
there's also some really strong people out there that
It's true.
could get
Yeah.
value out.
I'm not one of them, I guess.
Yeah, but I'm the same way. I had hundreds, kind of like made the purchase thinking it was just a cool buy and never used them. But they were like, they didn't have a handle, and they were just a pain to lug around.
Yeah. I think I want to ask, so Joey has a question. Was Power Bells one of the original stealth companies? So were they? And then if not, can we share who the stealth companies were? I mean, at this point, we're a week out. Are they still coming?
That's a great question. So the stealth companies, there were 3. 2 of them did not make it to the show, and they were the ones with the bigger booths, and those were Tariff Hospitalities. Not Tariff. What's the word I'm looking at? They were Tariff. Basically, the tariffs held them off. Casualties. Tariff casualties.
Yeah, tariff
Yes.
casualties.
Tariff
Okay.
casualties. One of them. They both said that they'll be at the 2026 show.
Okay.
Unless things happen. But yeah, 2 of them dropped, and then the third one is Kinetic Iron Strength, and they supposedly have a very unique band system that is going to be released. So it's they're like really excited for the show. They are there's a couple of like industry veterans in like the gym equipment selling space that they've retired and they've been spending the last few years on building this product. And I don't know what it is, but my contact David has um, he's been hyping it up quite a bit.
Fair enough.
So that's one of the stealth companies, and then the other two, I do have a better idea of who they are. I can't share.
Okay.
Um, and then the third one, I do know who they are as well. I know who it is, but I don't know exactly what the products are. But they both reached out when the tariffs stuff was going on in the heat of it, and they're like, we're not going to make it. There's too many delays.
All right.
Um, but anyways, so one of the three stealth companies will be there, and then hopefully in 2026.
Tariff casualties. I think we
Tariff
just
casualties. I mean,
branded.
there were a ton of tariff casualties.
Yeah.
I think um, there were probably 10 or so people that dropped out. They were like just because of tariffs. It also halted the growth tremendously of this event. I mean, we were like on pace to, I don't know, it felt like we were going to get hit 150, and then the tariff stuff happened, and I think the highest number we ever got to was like 131 vendors, but I think we're ending up at like 125. So it's still like way bigger than last year, but
Yeah. It's still going to be a huge show.
it's still going to
All
be
right.
big. Yeah. All right. And
What
then
do we
lastly,
got next? Oh,
the Duffalo bar.
right.
Um, so you'll be able to see the collab with Chris Stuffin.
Oh, it's officially a collab with. Oh, I don't know
Oh
why I
yeah,
didn't
it's
catch
an
that.
officially collab with Chris Stuffin.
Okay.
I
Cool.
don't think Duffin's gonna be there, but this will be there, and I think this is one of the cooler ones. This is something I have my eye on to potentially purchase.
All right. It's interesting that he was able to walk away with the trade. I don't know. Well, Duffalo, I guess, isn't trademarked, so maybe he was able to take that with him uh,
Um,
with the Kabuki exit.
yeah, I think if I had to guess, he got permission
Okay.
from everybody involved, from like
Okay.
both sides. I'm gonna take a guess and say he's more of like a middleman because
Interesting.
Takeover should own that stuff, but
Right.
maybe they gave him permission to work with Duffin, and maybe
Okay.
they're all splitting it. I don't know.
All right.
All right,
Well, cool.
next, dialed motion.
Oh yeah.
And this one of these is ones that's not on the website yet. They added it late last night. I
Oh,
quickly added it. We've seen the dialed leg developer. They've teased that. We've talked about it on this podcast. That will be at HomeGymCon. And then they also added the dialed strap safeties.
yeah. That's what I
So
was just peeking
with
at.
the yeah, I'll read this because I couldn't even quite, I added it real quick and didn't really comprehend what it is. So I'll read it out loud and we can discuss. So dialed strap safeties. With the rise of rack integrated cable systems and ever more crowded racks, strap safeties have now evolved. they, they are clunky and frequently interfere. The dialed strap safeties are easily adjustable and removable with a thoughtful magnetic design. You will be able to buy the full assembly or just the metal assemblies and reuse your current strap. These strap safeties are simple and satisfying to use and were created to be the best user experience on the market. All right.
I've got my attention. I'm curious.
Magnets have been added to strap safeties.
Yeah. I mean, I'm curious how that's going to work. I mean, they've got my attention. I think especially so I love strap safeties. The way that my rack is currently configured in my space, I have to walk through my rack a lot just to kind of cut over because I have plates on both sides, left and right. So I find myself cutting through my rack. But if I had strap safeties in it, I wouldn't be able to so easily get through there. So I'm curious what their design is going to look like. It sounds like quick release, easily put them on, put them off. You've got my, well,
Yeah,
dialed
I wonder
motion
if you
has
can
had
like
my
fold them,
attention. Yeah,
up. Yeah.
yeah, this should be really interesting. And like pretty much everybody else, I'm really curious about the leg developer. Um, and I agree with uh, obscurity here. It'd be awesome if they can get theirs to market before Rep releases theirs. We'll see. I wonder if Rep will have one there. I know Dialed Motion is bringing a prototype. We'll see if Rep has one. Maybe it's in the deck. I don't know.
Mm, no, it's not
No?
in the deck.
Okay.
They
We don't have
weren't
a
ready
Rep.
to share.
Okay.
Um, but it's on their website.
Yeah.
Um, let's see. I'm running through these comments. Let's see. Casualties. Maybe next year you could do a home gym incubator area for brand new small companies to get exposure. Yeah, yeah. I'm all ears when it comes to ideas like that. I do think a lot of these smaller companies have decided to do Home Gym Con as opposed to some of the other ones is because of the smaller booth price. And they can get their own 10 by 10 for a reasonable cost. But we have had discussions with other companies to have areas of incubator spaces. So yes, we can absolutely do that, especially if there's a number of like, you know, people with just like product ideas, reach out and say, hey, this would be great. So if you think that's a good idea, just reach out. We'll work on it. Okay, and then I did see this comment from Joey. Brian was saying on the Friday morning show that he licensed the design from Takeover, but got Rich to bury the hatchet with Chris to also be involved. That's great.
All right.
Let's get
The
Chris to
inside
Home
info.
GymCon.
Yeah. Well, he was going to be
Um,
there last year, right? Chris is, yeah.
yeah, I have some good Home GymCon stories with Kabuki that
Okay.
maybe we'll share one day.
Okay.
And with them supposed to be there. Attitude Iron, the Mushroom Bell. So a lot of information here. This comes from Attitude Iron, who Dan's a great guy. I think a lot of people will. He actually was in attendance last year at Home Gym Con as just a regular attendee, and now he has a booth, and he has
Okay.
a lot of this kind of kettlebell or mace and kettlebell. He's also running the Sabbath Strength Games. So the that mushroom bell looks just like a loadable. I don't know, Dan. I don't know. There's a lot of information here.
Now we're cooking with gas. I'm trying to read through it. It sounds like the mushroom bell is some kind of a loadable kettlebell, but then the picture looks more like a mace to
Right.
me.
Yeah, that's why I'm a little confused.
But then he's talking about loadable sleeves. I think
Yeah,
it is a mace.
we'll just have to see this one at Home Gym Con.
Okay, fair enough.
JD Gym Equipped. This is another one without a picture. Came through late last night. Double-sided stainless lap bar, a hollow knurled stainless steel lap bar featuring a single center-mounted hook that can be repositioned to swing the bend angle from upward to downward.
I've seen this. This is this is something that I think somebody requested from him custom, and I guess he's making it a product. But it's a great idea and a fantastic design. It basically allows you to. It's I don't even know how to explain it. It's like an oval attachment point that can slide up or down on the bar so that you can hook it from one side and have your angle. What do
Oh,
they
like
call
the
that? Like a
Larry, what's
Larry
the Larry
Scott, like the
Scott?
Larry Scott. So it kind of serves as both a Larry Scott pull down bar or a traditional lat pull down bar. It's a great idea.
Got it. That is a good
And
idea.
it's probably nice and light too because it's hollowed out. I
Ah,
have the Rogue stainless steel lat pull down bar. It is not hollowed out, and that thing is heavy for a lat pull down bar.
yeah, I've got that too. Okay. Core Forge Fitness. So the Dynacore Fitness Training System. So this is a core trainer that allows for 180-degree rotational movements. Um, this does look solid. I think you attach it to a cable trainer.
Yeah,
You can, and they've been really great at promoting the event. They're very excited for the show. Definitely looking forward to checking this one out. The Defi plate. So this is a unique plate shape. So it's not circular. You can see the weight is very low. Do you know what shape that is? I don't.
no,
No, I don't know what shape it is either. Um, but it's just 5 inches high. Um, its extended profile adds kinetic feedback during lifts. With its handles open, you can also use it as like a landmine. I'm sure you can carry it. Um, yeah, this would be a unique one to try. Um, oops. This is also, I believe, a first time product creator,
okay.
and they're coming to get some eyeballs on the product, get some feedback, and hopefully get the word out.
Yeah, that's a really interesting design.
That is an interesting design.
I'm
I can actually
wondering,
see myself using this.
could you? Okay. I mean, out. What do they call like deadlifts with 25, like 25s? You know, like when you just like load 25s for the same reason, so that you can get the bar lower to the ground. But
Deficit,
the
deficit deadlifts.
yeah, yeah, or I've heard them called 25s, but maybe that's for a different movement where you're using 25s where you would typically use 45s. Um, but the balance of the weight being so far out and in front and in back of the barbell will definitely like create some interesting use cases. I'm also wondering about rotation on that thing, you know, as you lift the bar.
So that's what
Um,
I was wondering the same thing. Like if it rotates a little bit, is going to throw everything off. I'm also
yeah,
wondering at which sport is this best for?
yeah.
They signed up in the strongman area, so maybe one of those is their target audiences. But I've seen products like these come to market, and it's definitely not your average home gym owner that is interested. So
Hmm.
I'd be curious to hear like what niche audience would pick something like this up, or if
Same.
just having a single pair in your home gym works. M plate. So this is I believe, magnetic um, fractional plate, most specifically designed for the Repin Fast Series dumbbells. So this is also a new product making its way to the market.
Is this an What is the company M Plate? Like, is this a new company that sprung up around the success of the Repins?
Correct. I
Oh, wow.
believe if I had to imagine, it probably works on more than just the Repins, um, or they're going for more of this. He's the founder is Matt. He's actually listens to this. So, Matt,
Okay.
if you're there, feel free to add some context, and we'll make sure to share this. But yeah, this seems like a product that has risen from the popularities of adjustable dumbbells in home gyms.
I'm gonna definitely have to check these out. Um, Prototype at our booth. Cool. That design looks unique.
for sure.
Like it's got, yeah. All right, cool.
Um, Solbasium, so they're a newer. I don't know what you call it. They have cold plunges and red light therapy, and um, I think they even have like a sauna. So they're in that world. I think it's really cool to have somebody like that coming to Home Gym Con this year. I would have loved to have gotten some more of those companies. Well, we actually did get Sonabox. So Sonabox will be there. But yeah, Solbasium, they've got some premium products for that space. I think like their red light therapy bed, for example, pretty expensive.
Yeah. Well, it'll be interesting to see. I'm just like envisioning like an old tanning bed, but
Yeah,
instead of
yeah,
it
that's what it'll be.
tanning you,
Something
it's the
like
red
that.
lights.
Or
Okay.
I think it might be more of a sauna vibe where you sit in
Okay.
it and you just, but
They call it a bed. We'll see.
we'll see. Heroic Fitness. So this was actually at last year's Home Gym Con,
It
the
was.
Hero Bar. Um, so this is a mod. This is it can be used as in a number of different ways.
Right.
You can attach it to a cable system. Seen it used for push-ups. Basically, those handles you can, I think you can lock them or unlock them. Yeah, you unlock and lock them, and they can, um, you can move them from side to side to add, just some like turn it into like a sliding push-up trainer or attach it to the cable system. There are like standalone bars that do this. Can't remember what the name, like the Radian one, for
Yeah.
example. I've seen some reviews, but this is more of like a more versatile one. It's not a barbell. It is. I see it more as like a cable attachment. You can also take it on vacation, and do those push-ups and attach to bands. So
Yeah, it seems to have like a lot of various use cases. Like you said, you can attach it to like a functional trainer and use it as like a cable attachment. And then I've seen them use it with bands, like you said, push-ups. Um, so a lot of functionality built into one item, plus the fact that it breaks down for easy travel. So um, yeah, really curious to see how far along this has come from the one he brought last year.
yeah,
So,
and
yeah.
his name's Kyle, and Kyle's a great guy, and
Yep.
he he's gone through the patent process as well. So yep,
Yeah.
I'm right there with you. The quantum trainer is um, definitely an item that a lot of people want to check out. So this is a standalone, all-in-one machine, kind of different, kind of unique to like other all-in-ones on the market. So this one uses like arms and handles, and you can attach a landmine, and there's or not a pulley, but like you can do like lat pull down with the
Yeah.
like arms that go up and down.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it replicates a lot of commercial gym machines, not just like pulley system and Smith machines. So this is a hot item that I do think a fair amount of people want to check out.
Okay.
And this is not the first. This is an evolution of the last edition as well.
Yeah, this one looks really interesting. For me, definitely going to be something that I have to try to really understand um, the value of it with all the different like leverages it looks like are built in here, all plate loaded. But intriguing. We've
It's
been talking about
intriguing
this one
for
for a
sure.
few weeks. Like I think we even maybe talked about this trainer on one of our episodes. But yeah,
Yeah,
it'll be very cool to check out.
yeah, and I've interviewed the founder, Glenn, also a good guy.
Oh, we've got end
Um,
plate in the build in the chat.
oh, we got Implate in the chat.
Yeah.
You're right. They do. They do. They sell magnetic plates for Newellbells,
Okay.
Snowed, Bowflexes, and this is just their new product edition.
Got it.
And
Okay.
then Joey also mentioned above that micro games is also in the space. So they're
Yep.
definitely they definitely have some competing products. Um, but I believe I've I've heard this as well in the past. They are different designs.
Gotcha.
And then yeah, Jameson says the Hero Bar is a descendant of West Side Barbell Freak Bar, and then what I said was also descendants of the West Side Barbell Freak Bar. That's a good point, Jameson. Bench blocks coming out with belt skins. Customize your belts. This one's also interesting from GetRx.
Hmm.
So military bench with attachments. So this is a bench frame that accepts attachments such as lap pull down seat, low row foot plate, military bench seat and back pad, and then can also be used as a stand for lever belt squats. And there's
I
an upcoming Nexus landmine attachment.
I think we've seen this. They've been teasing this for a few months. I think it's been something that we've gotten a look at, but definitely looks interesting. Has a really great footprint that allows it to stay balanced, and where you could put the landmine and stuff attached to it without worrying about it tipping over or anything. Okay, yeah. See, Joey already pre-ordered it, so they've had it around.
Okay, I don't know what it is.
I feel like I saw a picture of it this morning. Anyway, I was looking at something
Um,
that showed it.
yeah, cool. All right,
Trying to see.
There's a lot of these, man. All
Yeah, there are a
right.
lot of them. We're already at our 1 hour. Let's go into hyperspeed.
Yeah, okay. Rohrman
Roman
strength,
strength.
megalith handle, quick attach bracket. He's also teased these before. Megalith handle, neutral grip attachment. Um, order at HomeGymCon. Receive your handles within 30 days. So cool that Rory continues to build off of this. We've discussed this in the past.
Yep.
Iron Bowl strength, functional trainer, plate loaded, and weight stack functional trainers. I'm guessing they'll also be bringing in their new Frankenstein rack. I believe that's what
Right.
it's called.
Yep.
Home Fitness Works. Uh, he's launching a garage gym for vets. So this is just a partnership with businesses to help veterans get into the home gym space. So that's coming from, his name's Dennis, another great guy, great cause. Looking forward to checking that out. Intex Strength Farm Bar. So this one looks cool. 2-inch diameter shaft that I shouldn't just blankly read these.
Is it
Encourages
an
athletes to
axle
get
bar? Is it
against
a
farm strong.
rebranded axle? Okay.
Well, I think it's got it's knurled,
Okay.
knurled handles, IPF knurling placement, as well as center knurling. The finish is a sleek carbon gray Cerakote, and it's made in the USA. I have the Garage Gorilla Bar behind me. It seems like somewhat similar, just different coating, probably different knurl. I love that bar, so this bar would probably be pretty great as well, especially with the knurling, because most axle bars don't have that knurling. The
Right.
Freemax Fitness, Freemax weight releasers. So I've also teased this one on Instagram. This is like weight releasers. So for drop sets with barbells or Smith machines. I haven't seen them completely in action, so I don't know exactly how they work, but I think about them as being like a performance pen for
A barbell.
weights
Yeah,
for
really want to
barbell.
see how that's going to work on a barbell. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah, we'll
Okay.
see. I I don't want to be wrong about this, but I also believe this is also a product of another orthopedic surgeon or some sort of doctor. I think orthopedic surgeon.
Okay.
Um, so it's one of those products. They've been working on it for a while, and it's finally making its way to the market. And then we won't go through all these for sale from Booth, but there are quite a bit of really good deals out there. Titan has some good ones. Temple of Gains, Iron Master, Force USA, you can get a C10. GetRx has good deals. Good good deals on plates. PRX getting rid of their entire booth. Executive Fit getting rid of most of their products. JDD Gym Equipped, only sales of the year, I believe, goes on at HomeGymCon.
Okay.
Power Block, 50% off their booth. Quantum Free Trainer, MB Athletics, and the list goes on and on and on. Reps giving away most of their booth. Sounds like they've sold a fair amount already. Stepper, Appalachian Bar,
Uh-oh.
like Buffalo Bully Fab. So a lot of these companies, I don't think they necessarily do many sales throughout the year. So if you want to purchase from somebody like Buffalo Bully Fab or JD Gym Equipped or Mutant Metals, they might have a small discount that you can buy at the show. Synergy Custom Fitness getting rid of most
Their
of their
whole
booth.
booth.
There's a link that you
Yeah.
can buy. We also didn't. I think the Synergy adjustable dumbbell storage came through later in the day yesterday, and I didn't get it added to this doc. But they're also releasing an adjustable storage um, dumbbell system that can be added to your rack or to their system as well.
All right.
So we have gone over an hour. So just keep an eye out on all of those. For sorry, keep an eye out for more to be added this week because, like I said at the beginning, it's a mad scramble for a lot of these companies to get here, and a lot of it is decided that final week as to what are they going to bring, is it going to be ready, stuff like that. So just that's why I just say just get there, just get to Home Gym Con. Uh,
Yeah.
Happens once a year. There's going to be a lot of cool stuff. Most companies are going to be there. Almost all of the creators are going to be there. Coop's bringing his whole team,
I
which is
know.
great. Um, had a call with Sam yesterday. Um,
Did you?
yeah, yeah, they're taking it pretty seriously, which was like really great to hear.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, yeah. Well, I guess for me, it's like it feels like 1 week out because I'm going to be there in a week, but
Right.
we're
You and I
10 days
both.
out,
Right.
and
Right.
yeah, it's going to be great.
Here we go.
And I
Yeah.
do want to emphasize like there's probably 10, 20 more new products that we did not discuss.
Right.
So
Yeah, lots of new products that we did not discuss, lots of items that will be available for sale that we did not even cover in the deck. And as you already mentioned, more and more will be added in the next 10 days leading up to Home Gym Con. I still think that, even though a lot of these companies are doing a great job of getting prices and a for sale at booth list posted, it's really just a fraction of what's going to be available. Most of these companies are showing up last minute, can bring what they can, and if they can sell it instead of having to ship it back or drive it back, they're going to sell it. So I think we're more organized in the fire sale this year, but there's still going to be like a fire sale element
so
to it.
yes, that's a great point. I truly was hoping that we'd get like 75 companies added to the list. Probably end up around half.
Right.
But like you said, just about everything has a price. So if you're going, especially if you're there Saturday afternoon and doesn't seem like something's been picked up, you know, throw your hat in the ring. Don't
Yeah.
be afraid to do that. So,
Yep. It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to seeing all of the happy faces of people who are driving home or walking off with some of this amazing stuff that's going to be there. Um, Really cool that Temple of Gains pretty much is essentially already sold his booth out. Just goes to show how much interest people have in those products, plus plenty of others. Um, we are danger close to the event happening. It's going to be a blast. Content's going to be flowing from all over the place. Don't have FOMO. Come join us in Louisville in 10 days. Got anything else?
don't think so.
Cool.
All right.
Lots of good stuff in the comments. Thanks for being here, guys.
Yeah,
We
and
will
we don't think we'll
not
do
be here
this
next
next.
Tuesday.
We won't be
We
doing
won't.
this next week.
We won't. I'll be on my way to
Um,
the airport at this time next
so
week.
so
Yeah.
yeah, last episode of Knurled News Live before HomeGymCon. See you guys.
Bye.